Hey everybody, Dallin Larson, founder of Vasayo. Welcome to the call this evening. Tonight you're going to be hearing for a few minutes from me. You're going to be hearing from Daniel Piku, the co-founder and president of Vasayo, and I've invited a couple from Florida who are out there sharing Vasayo with folks during this pre-launch period. My goodness, are things exciting. In fact, we just got our first snowstorm a couple days ago in Utah, so winter is here. Change of seasons, things are changing almost on a daily basis now, and I'll tell you what, there's a big change coming in January. It's called Vasayo. I've been fortunate to help build a couple companies in my almost 30-year career of direct selling. I helped launch a company by the name of USANA in 1991. I was with them for 10 years. I was the founder of Monavie. We took that company into 21 countries around the world over a 9 or 10-year period. I went into semi-retirement, actually retirement for a couple of years. And then in July of this year, a non-compete ended, and I talked to Carrie and decided, should we do this one more time? And we probably spent 100 hours talking about whether or not we wanted to go out, because having been around the track several times, we know the type of energy it takes, like getting the jet off the runway. And so we had to think long and hard. Do we want to do this again? Because are we up to the task? My number 3 has always been my favorite number, so we love this industry, and we love making a difference. And so we said, if we're able to find that story, that disruptive story, and if we're able to find people to to partner with on the corporate side, people with wisdom, people with integrity and character, who want to go out and build a global brand to stand the test of time, then yes, we will go. And like in the field of dreams, if you build it, they will come. We just believe that if we found the right story and surround ourselves with the right people, that people would come. We put a video out a couple months ago, and it's been humbling and overwhelming to see the tens of thousands of people who've watched it and raised their hands saying, I want to be part of Vasayo. So we've been working night and day feverishly since July to prepare for January. Now, January is the soft launch on January 3rd. And from January through the end of May is the soft launch period as we lead up to our grand opening in Las Vegas the end of May, where I envision thousands and thousands of people from throughout North America converging into Las Vegas for the grand opening. So we're excited. We found that disruptive story. We've got liposome delivery. We've taken the finest ingredients in the world and enveloped them in a proprietary liposome technology for a bioavailability story in 5 huge product categories. Who do you know who needs more energy? Who do you know who would like to sleep better? Who do you know who has aches and pains? Who do you know who needs a vitamin and mineral complex because they're not getting all the nutrition in their daily food? That's everybody. And who do you know who would like a brain product, a product for the brain? So those are 5 very large product categories, all with liposome delivery, called MicroLife. That's the brand name under Vasayo for our nutrition line. And that launches January 3rd. So I want to tell you personally, we can't we're not making product claims, we're not making income claims. We can't say that this product treats, cures, or mitigates any disease. With that, I will say this. For the last 30 years, I've been taking caffeine on a daily basis. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I don't know how many rivers of Diet Coke I've drank and consumed over the last 30 years, but a lot. And I will tell you that I'm now on, I think, day about 14 without caffeine for the first time in 30 years. So I was actually, and this is confession time, okay? So I was also taking a Vibrant tablet early in the morning, to get up and get that boost to get me jump started. And so that's it's a caffeine tablet, boom. But then after about 4 or 5 hours, man, it was crash and burn time. It's kind of like a 5-hour energy, I guess. So I've been taking that tablet along with Diet Coke in the afternoon to get me through the days, and I'm on day 14 without any caffeine. And I'm taking our energy, the Vasayo Energy liquid gel. It's like a few sprays in my mouth in the morning. I'm not going to tell you it's like a Vibrant tablet or I'm not a coffee drinker, but a cup of coffee or 2 or 3 big gulps of Coke or Pepsi. But it's a more sustained energy, and with each passing day, I feel better clarity, and it feels really good. It feels good to get off the caffeine. The other product I've been taking is the sleep product. Every night, everybody, for about the last, I guess this has been about a month, I've been on, and as you know, there's just so much going on, and my mind just doesn't stop, and so I'll lay in bed for hours sometimes because I'm thinking of what we've got to do the next day as we prepare for January. We've only got one chance of making a great first impression, and we're committed to making that great impression with the successful launch in January. But I got in the sleep product, and within about 15 minutes of taking the sleep product, I start calming down, and I'm having a deep, restful sleep. And then I get up in the morning, I take my energy, liquid gel, and I'm off. And I know that I'm putting great ingredients in my body. None of the caffeine, none of the craziness that's out there. None of the sleep products that you take that leave you drowsy the whole next day. I'm not going to mention those products by name, but you get it. So I am absolutely confident that we have this disruptive story with this liposome technology. I'm excited for you and for those of you know to get on this product and start hearing your stories of improved health. So everybody, we've got a disruptive story. We've got a leadership team with over 100 years of experience in direct selling who have servants' hearts. You know, someone sent me a message the other day that said Vasayo means servant in a certain language. And, man, I didn't know that. I love that. Actually, it was a Vasayo, means servant. And that's what this is about. We're here to help serve you. Carrie and I, the reason we're getting back in this one more time is because we have to live with doing something significant in our lives. We don't have to do this on one level because we've been so blessed through our lives, but we have to do it on a more important level, and that is that we just refuse to spend the rest of our lives playing golf and traveling and playing solitaire on the computer. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just believe that we all have different gifts and talents, and for whatever reason, we've been blessed with being able to help create cultures. I love helping to create culture, and I know that I can't do this on my own, and that's why in this startup phase, this pre-launch phase, I'm really, really, really looking for people who want to help create and build a culture, create a culture that's welcoming of people from all walks of life that feel honored, a culture where families can come, husbands and wives, moms and dads, grandparents, kids, and everyone feels safe and welcomed, a culture where people mean what they say, and what they say on stage is how they live their lives. Not that anybody's perfect, but having been in this industry for 30 years, direct selling, I know that the stage to me is a sacred place. It's a place where you've been given the opportunity to speak into people's lives. I would advise you to be careful who you allow to speak into your life. I'll also tell you to become very much the average of the people that you spend your time with. And so be careful who you allow to be into your circle of influence, and be careful who you listen to. We don't claim to be perfect, but what's in our heart is we want to help create a culture that puts people in a position to win in all areas of their lives, physically, financially, socially, spiritually. That's the culture that we want. I'm not going to allow this culture to be hijacked. With Monavie, and I'm not going to refer to that, as a great experience. USANA was a great experience. Life provides us with different experiences, and we live and we learn these life lessons along the way. I'm grateful for all of my life lessons that I've learned. Some of them are more painful, but during those painful times is when I really learn the most. But with that former community, we sold a piece of that to a company, to a private equity group, and I lost control of the company. This time around, Carrie and I are committed. We're the largest investors. I wanted that responsibility squarely on our shoulders. We're not going to take this company public. It's a private company. I'm bound and determined to keep it that way. I've already had private equity reaching out to me, wanting me to go to lunch, and I said, if you wrote me a $100 million check right now, I would rip it up. Not interested in the money. I'm interested in building a culture and helping people win. It's your turn. Maybe. I don't know. I wish you were in my office right now or at my home, and I could look in the whites of your eyes and you could look in the whites of my eyes, because this is a relationship business. It's kind of cold doing it over the phone, or trying to build relationships over the phone. But I want you to know that the reason that Carrie and I are doing this is because we're still in the dash of our lives. And one day, I just believe that we will all return to the God who gave us life, and there will be an accounting. And I just want to hear well done. I want to go back and return with honor, believing and really working as hard as I can to help as many people. And we live in a world right now where there's a lot of hopelessness. I want to provide hope and opportunity for people. And I know that we put a team together to do that. I know that we've put products together to help people. I know that with the rewards plan that we're putting together, we are going to do something completely different, completely disruptive. We're going to be focusing on building a customer base, people who need these products. Not everybody is interested in building a business. In fact, a lot of people once they get on the products as a customer, maybe some of them will become brand partners. But if they just simply order the products every month and they're being blessed physically with the product, then great. So we've put a rewards program together where every time that you sell a Vasayo product to a customer, you're gonna earn anywhere from 20 to 35%. And so a lot of networking companies, maybe they give lip service perhaps to customers. That's not what this is about. The company I helped build in the 1990s, you saw, and it's been around 28 years now, I guess, 27 years. And they've got a loyal customer base of people who order their products every month. That's what we're bound and committed to do, building a global brand that you can trust with customers around the globe who every morning choose the Vasayo products because they've learned to trust those products. And it takes time. It takes time to build that trust. So we're going to do our very level best to make sure that we build that trust over time. I'm grateful for each and every one of you being involved in this pre-launch phase. It's not perfect. I've said it before. It's kind of like building a home. We've dug the hole, and now we're starting to pour the foundation. And some people are saying, "Hey, where's the furniture?" Well, the furniture's not in yet because we've got to frame the home. We've got to put the floors in, the ceilings in. There's a lot of stuff to do. And in January, we're moving in this home, and it's not going to be perfect yet. When I moved into a home at the age of 5 in Rexburg, Idaho, I remember our walls were white sheets. But we lived in that home for 5 or 6 months while they continued finishing it. So that's kind of what Vasayo is going to be like. We're going to move into this home in January. It's not going to be perfect. We're probably going to have some white sheets for walls for a while, but look, we're bound and committed to. We're going to be paying commissions on time. We're going to be shipping products on time. We're opening in the United States. We're going to be shipping into Canada. And so I just want you to be assured that we're working morning, noon, and night to put the systems in place to put you in a position to win. Now, some people have gone out there, even before we've got products, even before you've seen fact panels, even before you know the pricing of the product, and they've gone out there and started to share these videos that you find up on Facebook, along with the introductory video of Carrie and I with lots of people. And some people have now got 10 people or 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, in their Vasayo organization. And next Monday, December 5th at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, that's noon East Coast time, that's 11 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific Time, you can go in. We're going to do open enrollment. Starts next Monday, December 5th, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Later tonight or tomorrow or over the next couple days, up on the Facebook page, you're going to see instructions on how you get in and how you enroll and how you can start building your Vasayo organization. You want to know the key to success in Vasayo? Here it is. You need to go out over the coming months, go out and find 10 customers that you service. You become a servant to. Who do you know that needs more energy? Who do you know that's not sleeping well? Talk to anybody and say, how's life? Oh, man, my pains. I've got a sore knee or whatever. Hey, I've got a product that may help. Who do you know that, so that's what you do. You go out and find 10 customers. And then with the rewards plan, you know that you're going to put one person on the left and one person on the right. You're going to help those people go out and find customers and find one on the left, one on the right. Now, next Monday on the 5th, you will find in there, as you enroll, you'll find our policies and procedures. Pop some popcorn, sit down, and read the policies and procedures. You're going to love it. They're riveting. I cannot tell a lie. There are policies and procedures. You should read them. You must read them so you're aware of the do's and the don'ts. I'm going to bring Daniel on here in a few minutes to talk about the do's and the don'ts. Also, once you register, you're going to give the credit card. The credit card's not going to run until January 3rd. It's $49.95 as the membership fee. We've talked about that before. That's going to get you the mobile application for your first year. In the palm of your hand, the ability to build and manage and maintain your Vasayo organization. Some companies charge $30 a month for this application. This comes with your Vasayo membership for $49.95. So what is that? That's like $4 a month, I guess, versus $30 a month. So for $49.95, you're going to get that mobile app, as well as we're working on a starter pack or a starter kit to get to you, as well as your back office, your vCloud, I think is what we're calling it, where you can look at your organization and manage, and it's going to be full of reports and different things like that. Okay, over the coming months, look, we're only about 5 weeks away, but in January you're going to see the Vasayo website going up at Vasayo.com. So there's a lot of new things. You're going to start seeing new videos.
and then there's going to be these videos that you can share over Facebook and start gaining more interest. But a lot of people, even with the little stuff that we have right now, people are out there building. I hope that I talked to a few weeks ago that I've never met before, and I told you with Vasayo, we are going to be building a group or building a company with people that we don't know yet. This is a new group of people because when I left USANA, not once did I pick up the phone and encourage anyone to come and follow me, even my own sister, who was the top distributor over there. I said, stay where you are. When we left Monavie and we retired, you've heard me on here numerous times saying if you're with the company that acquired Monavie, stay where you are. If you're earning a check, be grateful. I'm excited to build with a whole new group of folks who are out there looking for health and opportunity. And one of those couples I was on the phone, I've never met before, like I said, but Ricky and Francois Untermeyer, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing the last name right. He started to share with me on the phone a little bit about his life and him and his wife and what they wanted to accomplish. And they said yes to Vasayo, I guess probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and they've gone out and started to share. Ricky and Francois, are you on the call with us tonight?
Yes, sir. Francois,
yeah, I'm here.
It works. It works. Well, you guys know that I've talked to you. How many times have I talked to you on the phone? Once or twice?
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing that you guys are out there sharing it. So why don't you just take a minute or two and just share with Vasayo how long you've been involved and what you're doing to go out there and build during this pre-launch before anybody can even see what's in our products.
Of course. So first off, we want to thank God for giving us this opportunity. We feel very honored and blessed to even have the opportunity to be on this call. You know, to listen to Dallin just now was a blessing in its own right. How do you follow that? You know, our hairdo matches, and that's another reason that we decided to do this journey. But, you know, my wife and I, we spoke with Dallin, and he just blew us away. Kerry and his video just really spoke to our heart. You know, when he said put God first, family second, and business third, that lined up with our household. And that spoke to our spirit. And we knew we could go to war for someone leading a company like that. And to have not only that asset to build a business with, Dallin and Kerry, but also have Corbin and Holly, who has blessed us beyond belief to work with them. It's been an honor. And then to have, you know, my wife to be able to do business with has been a true blessing in our team, our U-Crew Nation. You know, we have over 150 people now on our team that has, you know, they stepped up to the plate and decided to come in at a founder's kit and be a part of founders of this company already in a very short time. You know, my story, and I hope this encourages people. I'll just tell a little bit about my background, and then Francoise can share about hers. But my background, just to show everyone that they can be successful if you get around successful people. 19, never finished high school. I dropped out 11th grade, but I found a millionaire mentor that really mentored me in my own business. And by the time I was 21, I had a very successful construction company. So I really learned at a young age, if you get around the right people, sit at their feet and learn, you can have success if you want to put in the effort into it. And, you know, I ended up having a very successful construction company. And then I met my wife at 27 years old, and we decided to look into another business, and I'll let Francoise share from there.
Yeah, and so, you know, last year my husband and I, we were looking into another business. By trade, I'm a director of nursing, but I've been home with my kids now for about 7 years, and I love it. Growing up, my mom was never around. She worked a lot, so it was important for me to be home. But, you know, we looked at another business. I wanted something where I could still be a presence in the household, and so, you know, I fell into a network marketing company. And I started off alone at first. My husband didn't see the power of the business. But once he saw the success that I had and the support, you know, we did it together, and it was awesome. It's amazing what you can accomplish when you're in it together. And just working with my husband has been phenomenal this last year and a half. But we just fell in love with the industry, you know, and we have big dreams and we have big goals. And I think we're setting new limits for our family and new levels, and we're stretching our faith. And, you know, in the next 90 days during the soft launch, we have a big goal to put in 4,000 people in this company. And I believe it's going to happen. And so, you know, I think my husband and I and our team, just kind of challenge everyone out there. Take the limits off God. Stretch your faith. Set big dreams. I believe it's all possible. I think that we can all say that maybe we can't, but it is possible that we can have big dreams. I mean, I think my husband and I both feel that God wants us to prosper in all areas, in health and our finances. And so, we have felt so honored to be a part of this. I mean, when we heard that Dallin Larson and Carrie was starting a company, Vasayo, we were like, oh my goodness, we have to be a part of this. I mean, just to be able to work with Holly and Corbin and to be mentored by them. And like my husband said, this is the best business that you can leverage other people's success to help you be successful. And all you have to be is coachable. And so, this last few weeks in Vasayo and just building it, the excitement and the hope, it's just so amazing, and I'm so honored just to be a part of it.
Yeah, and what we're doing really, all we're really doing, Dallin, is we're sharing the short video with you and Carrie, the short video on Facebook that they posted last week, and giving people get their feet wet with the vision of the company. And I've never seen excitement that's building. 10 people this morning joined our business. It's just crazy what's happening. People are starving to be a part of something, but be a part of something with exponential, explosive growth, and we're seeing it every single day get bigger and bigger and bigger. All you have to do is go out there and share it. And what this Dallin and Carrie brings to the table is true excitement, but also it's heart level.
Well, Ricky and Francois, I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to actually meeting you in person. And I think over the coming years we're going to travel the world together, and we're going to provide a lot of hope to people. So I'm grateful. Hey, you made it to the 11th grade. Yeah, how I passed the 11th grade, I don't really know. But it's amazing the power of a woman, huh, Ricky? Francois believes in you, and look what you're able to do. She provides wings. I love couples doing this business together. And those of you who are out there listening, I'd encourage you to partner up with your spouse. What a great way to build on the marriage and go out and create and, get the dream board out and start putting your dreams back on the board. What is it you want to accomplish? I think so Ricky and Francois, proud of you guys. Over 100 people in your group, fantastic. Let's go for 4,000. I know you can do it. You got to have a dream that gets you out of bed every day. One of the things I love, and some of you, probably all of you have heard this story before, but it's really one of my favorite stories. It's the story of my sister who had 5 children, 2 with cystic fibrosis. She was making $8 an hour as a single mother in San Diego when in 1991 I called her about a networking company that sold vitamins, USANA. And she listened to me. It was very early on as we were launching that company. And listen, this is not the lottery. People, the top income earners in Vasayo, they may not get in for 10 more years. But it doesn't hurt to get positioned early. It certainly doesn't hurt, but it's not a guarantee. You gotta look in the mirror and you say if it is to be, it's up to me. And that's what my sister did. She was desperate. She had a big, huge why. 2 of her children were dying. She was making $8 an hour. She couldn't even buy groceries. So she went to work. For 3 weeks after she joined, she made her first check, $100. And if she were on this call tonight and you said to her, how much did you make your first 6 months in network marketing? She'd say, I don't know. They're still paying me, because that's the power of residual income. She's earned a check every week for 27 years. And she was able to buy 2 lungs and a heart for her daughter at the Stanford Medical Center a few years ago to save her life. That's a big, huge why. So I would ask you tonight, what's your why? Determine what your why is. A friend of mine once said, Dallin, you got to chase your passion, not your pension. If you find out what you're passionate about, you'll never work a day in your life. That's why I'm not working. I love what I do. I love making a difference. I love building culture. I love seeing people win. I love seeing people walk across the stage talking about how they pulled their children together and said, kids, we promised you a trampoline, and we've been saving our money, but we ran across this potential business opportunity. Are you guys okay to delay the satisfaction of a trampoline and let us get into business? And the kids said yes. And about a year later, they were on a stage with me, and they said, now, not only have we bought that trampoline, but we've been able to travel as a family. Those are the type of dreams. Yes, I've helped build companies and done billions of dollars in business and paid out well over $1 billion in commissions, some huge checks, some significant checks, given away Mercedes, Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, but none of that. It all pales in comparison to the single mom stories who are making an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. supporting their customers and building an organization because they have hope again. I'm looking for the women who are kneeling at the bed of their children and saying, God, I need an answer to my prayers because I need to be able to spend more time with my children because society is raising my children. I want to raise my children. And the parents, the husband's going off one direction, the wife's going off another direction. I'm looking to try to help heal families across North America and around the world, and this is a vehicle that allows us to do that. So that's why we're in this business. I'm looking forward to hearing your story, but it all starts with what your why is. So really spend some time over the next few weeks figuring out what it is you want to accomplish. And as far as financially, my goals for you would be, but they have to be your goals. But here's something you may want to consider. Look, I want to build an organization where I'm getting my product for free every month. And then I'm on the world's finest nutritional products, and it's free. Next, I want to build an organization, get enough customers so I can make an extra $500 a month. Because I know that will impact the lives of 90% of families around the world, an extra $500 a month. Next step, how do I make an extra $1,000 a month? Then we're going to show you how to do that. We're going to show you the steps to doing that. And then the next and final step is how do I get an extra $1,000 a week? You don't think that impacts people's lives? Absolutely. And you and I both know that if people can figure out how to build an organization where they're making an extra $1,000 a week, they can go beyond that to the wildest dreams. However high they can dream, they can achieve. I've seen it happen before, and we're going to do it again, God willing. Number 3 has always been my favorite number. I've helped build 2 companies, and now we're going to build number 3. How long are we going to do this? As long as we're here. Carrie and I have no plans to retire. We tried it for 2 years. We don't like it. We would rather be out with you. We'd rather be out helping people and hearing your stories. So I would encourage you on the 5th to get in there and get your position. And then you're going to see a few different packs. You're going to have the individual products. You're going to be getting the fact panel. You're going to be getting, I think, the fact panel on Monday, but you're going to be seeing or the copy on each of the products explaining the benefits, features and benefits of each of those 5 products. Then you're going to find a few different packages. There's an introductory package and a premier package, and then there's the Founders Club package. I don't want this to be a financial hardship for anybody. This is a business. It costs money to get into business. You can choose at what level you want to participate. If you have a desire and a dream and the financial resources to get that Founders Club package, I would strongly encourage you to do that because this is a limited time only, and it's a one-time only. It's not going to be brought back on a yearly basis. Once it's gone, it is gone. And then people who participate in that Founders Club package, you're going to get a pin. And at every Vasayo convention, you're going to be honored and recognized as a member of the Founders Club. And then when you reach a modicum of success in the rewards program, it's not even in the middle of the plan. It's towards, it's the lower third of the plan, really. And then when you've reached that level, which I think is gold, and you've got a certain number of customers, and you're qualified at that every week, then every quarter we'll be paying out 2% of the global revenue from Vasayo to the members of the Founders Club. So this is a way not only can you build your own business, but you can participate in the global growth of Vasayo. So that we will show you that image and explain the price and all of that stuff for the Founders Club along with those other packages on Monday, December 5th at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So next, I want to bring on Daniel for a couple of minutes. Daniel is the co-founder and president of Vasayo. We've noticed a lot of you are so entrepreneurial. You're going on social media, and some of you are saying, "I'm partnering with." You're amazing what you're doing already. And we also want to make sure that we protect the brand, and there's a level playing field for everybody. And so Daniel's going to share with you a few of the things that he's finding online and giving you a little bit of instruction and direction on how you make sure that you're representing the brand appropriately. Daniel, are you there?
I'm here. Thanks, Dallin. I appreciate the introduction. Hi, everybody. Before I say some of the housekeeping items, the do's and don'ts, I just want to send a short message out to what I've been experiencing over the last couple of weeks as far as what's going on in the field, and it is unbelievable. The excitement, the passion, the stories on a daily basis, the quality of people that we're attracting in really a pre-launch, company that's not even going into soft launch for another 5 weeks has really just been incredible. One of the things Dallin and I talk about a lot is what gets us out of bed every day. You've heard Dallin talk about building a foundation, building a home, pouring the concrete before people are asking, with people asking for the furniture. I would just say this. What gets me out of bed every day is building a long-term home, a long-term brand, and I'm just incredibly excited. With each day that passes, I get more and more excited with some of the stories and the people that I'm on the phone with, and just the people that are attracted to our company. It's been very humbling, and so I just want to send a thank you to everybody for your hard work, your enthusiasm, your passion. And so with all that said, I want to just go over a couple quick items. Number one, with that enthusiasm, with that passion, there's, different people out there on social media and that are, still saying that they're either directly sponsored to the company or they're directly sponsored, them and a handful of other leaders are directly sponsored by the company. I just want to set the record straight. Number one, we don't need to obviously tell people that. It's not the truth. The truth is always good enough. We don't need to go out there and say falsehoods. And number two, regarding social media, let's make sure that whatever's being posted is something you'd be proud of. Let's stay away from the overhype, the hyperbole. Let's stay away from making claims that are just flat out false, whether it's income stuff, and obviously we haven't launched yet, but we want to stay away from the income. We want to stay away from product claims. We really want to stay away from anything, guys, that it doesn't represent the brand well. So you guys are just doing an incredible job. We just want to stay away from any claims. Also on social media, when you're identifying yourself, and I've mentioned this before, but I want to go over it again, let's make sure we put Vasayo by. So example of that would be Vasayo by Lori. So when you're creating your Facebook pages or your Twitter pages or YouTube accounts, make sure that you have by in there with the name with Vasayo, and it's not just Vasayo with initials, and it's not just Vasayo with your name after it. But it's real important and critical that you add the word by. And then also when you're creating domain names, I think this is one of the biggest issues I've seen over the last couple of weeks. There's a number of brand partners out there that are out in the field, full of enthusiasm, working their tail feathers off, and I don't want to discourage any of that by any means. I just want to say when you're creating domain names, let's make sure that we don't put Vasayo in the domain name. So you can create your own team name that you want to drive people to. You can create. We love that. We love the energy. We love the family and the culture you're building with your own teams there. But we also just don't want to put Vasayo in any of the domain names. Corporate owns those domain names. And then the other thing I would say, and the last thing I would say to wrap this up is I just absolutely am overwhelmed by the touching stories. We're attracting people that are coming to visit us, coming to visit the company from all over the country. They're putting me on the phone with leaders every day. And the one thing I want to reiterate to everybody that I think is so important out there is I think, and you hear Dallin and I talk about it, and Dallin talk about his reputation and his history and what he's built in this industry, which is incredible. Guys, I think moving into 2017, and I think our timing as a brand and as a company, first off, we'll never get this opportunity back. To be in a pre-launch phase with a company that wants to do it the right way, wants to build a long-term legacy home, we'll never get this time back. There will never be another November, December of 2016 once this is over. And the second part of that I'd like to say is we're really building a long-term home. You guys hear me say that over and over regarding the brand, regarding a home, but the quality of leaders we're attracting and the quality of people that are coming to this company, guys, it's unbelievable. I think we'll all look back in the next 6 to 12 months and be incredibly proud of the foundation we've put together. So, Dallin, appreciate you having me on the call, guys. Look forward to meeting everybody in person soon.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Daniel. And I just want to say to everybody, Daniel is working so hard. And he moved here he's got a place in California, a place in Texas, and he's living in Utah, and he experienced the first snowstorm in Utah a few days ago, and he said, man, it's cold. So he's really, he was willing to move because he wants to build a big brand. He's working an enormous number of hours, helping as many people as he can. I chose wisely when I asked Daniel to come and partner with me. I'm so pleased and grateful, Daniel, for you partnering with me, and I'm looking forward to locking arms with you and Ricky and Francois and everybody who's on this call tonight, and those who don't even know about Vasayo yet, but also realizing that their lives are about to change over the coming weeks and months as we'll get out and build a global brand. And I agree with what Daniel said. Some companies start with the idea of, look, we want to take this company public and I'll make a boatload of money and just walk away. What we want to do, and I've talked to so many people who have come into my office and said, I was making X amount, and then the company, went away. And I'm always astounded with the stories. People, I want you to know that a certain amount of your future is out of your hands. And I don't want to say that in a way that makes you feel fearful. But just understand that look, we're going to do our very best to put you in a position to win with the desire to really build a global brand. I want to, before I die, build a legacy company that blesses the lives of generations. That's what I want to do. And I know that that's what Carrie wants to do. Now, how large that company becomes, I don't know. This time around, we're focusing on people, not the profits. We're focusing on blessing 1 million people's lives. So our message is, if you want to sign up to go out and help bless and do something significant for 1 million people, then come and help do this and help us create a community and a culture that we can all be proud of. And then we'll come to a conference and say, okay, we've got 1 million people who are using the products and they're being blessed. Should we sign up for another 1 million? And I have a feeling everyone's going to stand up on their feet and say yes, because it's going to be fun. Now, not every day is going to be great, but look, we want to go out and have some fun. We're going to travel the world together. We're going to help people. We're going to help them in all areas of their lives, like I said. So, listen, I want you to be on the Facebook Live call. We're going to have that on December 7th. Write this down. The next Facebook Live call, December 7th. Holly and Corbin are flying in from Oklahoma doing some strategy, and they'll be on that Facebook Live call as well. That's 6 p.m., December 7th, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern on Facebook. And that'll be a couple of days after the open enrollment begins on next Monday, December 5th. So I want to thank Ricky and Francois. I want to thank Daniel. I'm going to get off this call, and I've got someone flying in to meet with me at my home at 9 p.m. tonight. So, look, we're working early and we're working late to help push this ball forward. And it's amazing to me. I'm really humbled at the quality of the people who are raising their hand and saying yes to Vasayo. I don't know that the world has ever seen the type of leadership that's been assembled in a pre-launch period like we're experiencing with Vasayo. So I just want you to know that for me personally, I'm honored by that, and I want you to know that I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that one day when we meet, if we haven't yet, that you'll be able to come up to me and say, Dallin, you gave me your word. I believed you. I've gone out. Our family's gone out, and we've built a business. And thank you for keeping your word, because my word means a lot to me. That's all. That's my faith, my family, my character, integrity. Those are the things that mean the most to me. We don't have to take shortcuts. We don't have to lie. Like Daniel said, the truth is always good enough. Let's operate with integrity. Let's not promise people when we enroll them that we're going to build our group for them. I've never met a millionaire that we've helped create that said, my upline built my business for me. No. They said, if it is to be, it's up to me. So we're going to go out and find customers, and we're going to find some people who want to change their lives financially. You're going to put one on the left and one on the right, and you're going to help them do the same. And you're throwing that rock in the lake, and the ripple effect takes place. And imagine, dream with me for a minute. Dream with me that 5 or 10 years from now, because you threw the rock in the lake in this pre-launch period, now as Vasayo is spread throughout North America and other parts of the world, you've got thousands of customers using our products on a daily basis, and thousands of brand partners who are building a business, blessing their life. And I know this call has gone on long, but this is how I want to end this. I want you to also think about you're in a big meeting, and it's in the future, and someone's up on stage and they're talking about how they've got their health back, and you didn't know this person, but as they're speaking, you realize that they're a brand partner, and they were brought into the business by Joe, who lives in Houston, who was brought into the business by Linda, who lives in Florida, who was brought into the business by Julie, who lives in Minneapolis, who was sponsored as a brand partner by you. And so you're going to be able to directly and indirectly impact the lives of people globally, because you're going to bring people in who bring people in who bring people in whose lives are forever going to be changed. So I think it was Gandhi that said, don't ever underestimate don't ever believe that a handful of people can't change the world, because in fact it's the only thing that ever has. The handful of people are on this call tonight. So my name is Dallin Larson. I'm in Vasayo. God bless you and your families. Good night, everyone.